Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. I'm here today to share with you 3 journals that I have listed now in my Etsy shop. These are Scrappy flip-flop journals. I've listed these 3 and I've numbered them as 1, 2, and 3. The photographs are all the same because my journals, this series that I'm making, they're extremely similar. So let's have a look. They are all very similar, so I'm going to go through them quite quickly. This is the one that's photographed in the Etsy shop. So all of them have very, very similar things. This is a 5 signature journal. And if you count the number of sides of the pages, like 1, 2, 3, 4, it has approximately 175 pages in it. So I've done a Scrappy hand-stitched wrap for the journal. So I'm just going to show you the one journal because they're all similar. They all have the exact same stitching, colors, and design for the wrap and for the journal. These 3 today, as well as the other 7 that I have left to do some fine work on, they are priced slightly less than the first 3 that I had listed in my shop because I have done a little bit less embroidery on the pages. So this is what I'm going to call them the lesser embroidered. They still have embroidery, but instead of maybe the whole strip, they have fewer. So you'll see. This is the front. It's made with a small envelope, and I've made hand-stitched snippets throughout, and it's a combination of Tim Holtz scrapbooking paper, papers from original books, and digitals. Hand stitching with aquas, blues, reds, Caribbean blues. I've used twine for accent for the 3 signatures and these 2 signatures. So that's 5. So when you open up the first envelope, you have a flap, and I've made the bases neutral. The bases are made with envelopes and decorated with Tim Holtz papers. They have original book pages that are naturally caramelized, and they have hand stitching on them, as well as scrappy tags with scrappy bits of fabric and lace and stitching at the top. I love the hand stitching holding down the book page pockets. I absolutely love this kind of journal page. And I have to stand up to see if I'm in frame. Love these pages. Fabric. This is machine stitched, this page. And then we have one of Amity Bloom's. I don't know what she calls these. This is a printable. So this is a printable, and I've machine stitched it. There's a tuck and pockets in here. These journals, I did not include tags in here. 1, 2, 3. So what you see in this video is what's listed in the 3 in the Etsy shop. I like the fabric tab so I can pull it out. I know what I'm pulling out. And this is another little pocket for you to add, or a tuck for you to add something inside. All machine stitched. This is sewn in with twine. Everywhere the signatures are sewn in with twine, I have a fabric hinge for extra stability. This is a long tuck. I love the corrugated sketch paper. Dog sees something outside, so sorry about that. We have 2 pockets, book page pockets, and this one is wrapped with craft paper. And I love the 200-year-old book page and the twine, the 2 Scrappy tags. This is Sorry Silk. I've put let's put the larger one in the back, smaller one in the front. So all the journals have these. I can tuck this back here. Let's just put that back the way it belongs. And this is the second signature. So these are tall signatures. We have that small envelope with the first signature. Then we have 4 large Scrappy signatures in here. So the base of the journal, neutrals, all with the fabric spines. And then inside we have craft paper with different printables, collages, hand stitching. I'm going to point out the hand stitching as we go. So all my pages are collaged with a combination of vintage papers, book pages, piano roll paper, book pages, washi tape, hand stitch snippet, printable. I like how you can see the hand stitching on the side. We've got hand stitching holding the little pocket in place. This is a little pocket. Hand stitching. They're different collaging throughout. Just a tiny little bit of words from a music book. Vintage original pages, digitals, hand stitching, collage work with digitals and original book pages. Love the feeling of the hand stitching. Tim Holtz Abandoned House fabric, shorthand paper, original book page, printables, hand stitching, and I varied the different shades of blues, aquas, and reds. Love this paper. Cutout, eyelet, fabric, lace, and paper snippet, stitched on by machine, layered with original book pages and printables. And you have an original sheet music. This is shelf line paper. Love the red back stitch and then the running stitch on the multi-layered Scrappy snippet, paper and lace and fabric. This is also a little pocket tuck. Printables with hand stitching, multi-layered printables, original book pages. I like how the printable wraps around the page, wraps around the top of the page, craft paper, original book page, hand stitching, crunched edges, paper, coffee dyed doily, collaged original book pages and printables. Every center of the signature has a beautiful printable. Hardanger, hand stitching, and the back side of those pages. Hand stitching around the edge, hand stitching on the snippets. Starting to get worn because they are original book pages. Multi-layers, hand stitching. This is at the back side of that pocket. Hand stitching. Also a little tuck in here. Multi-layer, printable, book page, digital, and the back half of the craft paper and the piano roll paper. Love the little hand stitching. Back of the base. I love the caramelized book pages and a Scrappy tag. Love the tag topper and the hand stitching on there. Back of the signature that's tied in with twine. Love this original book page on the back and the printable made into a foldable. Love the 200-year-old book page. And again, the back is made with the Tim Holtz scrapbooking paper, the 200-year-old book page. And I made tucks with old book pages. And this is a top tuck, flag tuck. And this is a little card to write on. I love using the perforated pages from coiled notebooks. And all 4 signatures have a similar design with different printables, different labels, and a different color of hand stitching. Very similar. It's just the actual page that's different, the part of the vintage ledger that's different, and the part of the piano roll paper and of the music sheet that's different. So we have a printable and multi-layered fabric and lace snippet with that beautiful hand stitching. Printables, Tim Holtz tissue, printables with stitching, paper collage, different types of paper, hand stitching, paper straddling the top, the sides, the bottom, a cutout envelope that's a printable, and attached with tape to the other language original book page, and a piece of printable that's straddling the page, and a beautiful flower hand stitched on. All the signatures have a piece of the Tim Holtz Abandoned House fabric on the steno page, or shorthand page. And then we have printables, another printable, and it's hand stitched on, multi-layers, different sizes of pages as we go. This is an original large book page, so it's folded up, so it could be a tuck back here. I love the lace, old book pages, printables on vellum, printables on plain paper, scrapbook paper, and old sheet music, and lace, hand-stitched on the little flap. Botanical book page, printable on craft, more printable, old book page, and a beautiful printable in the center. Now the backs. I love the folding down and the white hand stitching on the edge. Fabrics and lace snippets with hand stitching, loose French knots, original ledger. We have the back of a tuck, printable and layered printables, back of the shorthand page, more hand stitching. So I combined these are digital envelopes. I've taped on a piece of craft packing tape, and layered, multi-layered, straddling the pages, hand stitching. Love these collaged papers. Tim Holtz tissue paper on the printables, more printables, and the multi-layered craft pages with stitching. And the back page, we have that little tuck. The back of the flip-flop journal I made plain. I didn't put anything on there because everything else is just sticking out, top, sides, bottom. This is the side. I love how that looks. So we did the back. Let's open up the inside. You have 2 more signatures. 200-year-old book page. These are tucks. I did not put anything in here, but they are tucks. It's craft cardstock and paper doilies, so you can stick something in there. Beautiful printables, labels, hand stitching. Love the collage work on here. Junk with Steph lace pages, printables, original ledgers, and more printables. Love these snippets with the stitching. They just feel so gorgeous. I love the straight outline stitch and then the running stitch. multi-layers of book pages, digitals, craft paper. That's actually craft packing tape, hand stitching. Hope I'm in frame. Love the hand stitching on the torn, around the torn packing tape that's straddling the edge. Paper at the top, straddling the top. Original book pages and printables. Again, that every signature has that Tim Holtz fabric and a shorthand page. Lovely hand stitching. Printables. I've mixed all sorts of neutrals that would go together for the printables. I want to use up all the printables that I have printed over the many, many years that I've purchased them. Love how we take just a little top of the vintage ledger, straddle it around and around, and then we get a pocket or a tuck. Beautiful Tim Holtz fabrics, new fabrics, and old vintage lace trims, hand stitching. Original book pages, craft paper, 200-year-old book pages, original sheet music. Stitching. I tried to have the outline stitch, the running stitch, and the back stitch. 3 different kinds of stitching, and a beautiful image in the center. Collage work, piano paper, my favorite snippet paper, a little cutaway piece, eyelet paper trim. Love that piece. And is this, no, that's just glued on, and this is the tuck in here. This is beautiful paper. All the papers just feel so nice. And they are made with printables, hand stitching, original pages. So if they start to curl and tear like this, or have little shapes to them, that's what they are. They're vintage pages. So we have a little bit hand stitching at the bottom, fabric, printables, ledger pages, hand stitching. Love the collage work. More hand stitching. And the back has the same as the base as this one. So you can put something in there if you like, top and bottom. And I love the breakaway 200-year-old book page. And the last signature is this. Love how this Scrappy tag, original vintage farm implement invoice, different layers of papers, eyelet hand stitching, old laces, and another Scrappy tag. I love the look of natural papers. There's nothing stopping the person who receives this journal you can ink your edges, you can put any kind of paints, or I'm looking at a Faber-Castell Pitt pen or white ink. You can do anything you want on these. And background, this is a coin envelope that has the 200-year-old book page, taller one in the back, shorter one inside the pocket. I love the pops of black. And the last signature, hand stitching. Love how the papers feel. They're all so different. Hand stitching, printables and originals, more hand stitching. All the printables, the original book pages, the shades of ivory, craft, whites, off-whites, sepia, they all blend, and the different turquoise, aqua, teals, blues, just love how they go. You can take any kind of white gesso, clear gesso, even black gesso if you so choose. Put it on here and paint. Or you can write on here as well. Beautiful hand stitching and fabric snippets. Love the irregular pages. I'm trying to, in these journals, flip-flop journals, trying to put the hand stitching, the 3 different stitches on the craft papers, the printables, beautiful dress, and I love how the twine looks, washi tape. I love the irregular pages, just love how that looks. They feel so awesome. So yes, look, there's a little crack. Well, because it's vintage sheet music. Of course you're going to get a little crack. Then we have these pages. Love them. Stitching on top. Seed stitching. More printables. Look at the stitching here. Stitching and stitching. And I'm using up what I have. So this is a library card. It is, however, printed on paper, not cardstock. So if you think you might damage it by taking it in and out of this pocket, and look at the hand stitching on that pocket and the layering, you can reinforce that with cardstock if you'd like to by gluing it on. Love the 200-year-old book page. And we're at the front of the journal. So all of these 3 are the same. Gorgeous. And I am attaching. I attach this hand-stitched wrap. And I just turn it around like this. This is very, very thick and chunky. When I send it in the mail, I have to, okay, where's the center? This is the center. And where's the center of that signature? I have to send it. No, that's not right. This is the center right here. Right here. So I have to send it. You send it like this, packaged up, laying flat. So when you get it, you're just going to have to pick it up and fold it like this. So to wrap it up, we are going to take this hand-stitched wrap. We are going to fold it around. That's once, twice, and okay, how did I get it looking so nice before? How silly I folded it. And I just have a pin. You can tie it, but I'm going to send it like this with a pin. Just like that. There you go. Beautiful. So these are all listed in my Etsy shop. They're all the same. I just tied this really tight because it does go down a little bit. Maybe I should loosen this a little bit. So I hope that you will follow the link to my Etsy shop and have a look at these 3 journals that are in there, and I'll be working on the remaining 7 that will be very similar as well. Once I finish these Scrappy flip-flop journals, the other 7 that I just have the finishing hand stitching to do, then I will be back to my Edith Holden journals. Thank you everyone for watching, and bye for now.